Welcome to an edition of Walk On Wednesdays here in Raiderland. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com, also Talk 1340. You can hear us every day on the Real Actual Radio from 11 to noon. You know David Collier, KMAC 28 Sports Director, and we haven't seen him in a while. It's Travis Cram. Just put a former in front of his name. Former sports writer, former media relations, and now the man about town with all the cool equipment for theraiderland.com. We are at Walk On, so if you guys can come see us sometime when we're out here, but if you can't, you can come get some great food, ice cold beverages, great place to start your weekend tailgating right here at Walk Ons, and then head on over to the Jones. All right, let's talk some football. We've had a chance to talk, me and David. You and I haven't visited since the game against the entire state of Montana. What was your single biggest takeaway? What did you like the most when it was all said and done?
I love the running. I think more than anything, watching Henry and shot in the backfield, that 69-yard run right before halftime, that kind of just let every Tech fan kind of go, like right before the break, you know, because you have the turnover right before that, you're disappointed, but then that offense really came alive. The pace, more than anything, I thought the offensive pace was amazing.
I didn't know that you could play faster than what we'd seen with Neil Brown and Cliff Kingsbury, and you can apparently.
NASCAR I thought was the fastest it would get, but I don't even think I got to the count of 5 from the end of a play to the start of another play, and they were perfectly set every single time, and then only 4 penalties the whole game. I thought that was
I'm old school, so I write down my own play-by-play. I'm taking notes, and I could barely do my own shorthand, you know, to set down a distance before it was going. Rick Gilbert does the internal PA in the press box.
He just gave up.
He gave up.
Yeah.
There was no chance.
There's no point after that.
I'll see you in a minute. You know, we've talked about some of the things you like as you've reflected on a little bit. Has there been anything else that jumped out at you?
No, I will go back to what you said about the Shine touchdown. I think that was huge in so many ways. Look, the defense was rolling along. They actually did force the offense to go off. Special team had a letdown, and the defense was kind of backpedaling there. They had that long pass, and it was easy for Tech to come out and go 3 and out and have to go in the locker room, you know, a lot closer than they were. But like you said, to be able to break off a run like that, I think that was a huge momentum switch for a team that didn't want to fall behind at any point, or not, you know, keep it close like it could have been at the half.
You know what I like about the run game, and Matt Wills talked about it in his Monday presser, how they rotated people in, kept them fresh. He says now they're going to go with the hot hand late, so whoever's kind of having a good day will get it. But they utilized each one of those backs different ways. Yeah. They featured them, and they seemed to have a really good idea how to get the most out of every one of those guys.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I thought, you know, Henry's a different pace back than Shine, of course, but you also had, I think, 9 guys with rushing yards that combined for the total in the game. Like Bowman even had a rushing touchdown himself, so I thought getting that integrated along with your passing game, and then, I mean, he was flawless. I said don't expect anything coming into the Saturday's game, just enjoy the game.
Yeah,
I think you got everything you could have expected out of that with, you know, what he said, 12 consecutive passes, I think, for 100.
12 of 13, and only because he drops the snap.
That's right.
And has to throw it away.
Out of bounds. That's right.
Be honest, though, the touchdown run, there was nobody anywhere close to him when he scored that one. But earlier in the game, he had back-to-back runs.
That's right.
What was going through your head as a guy that knows what happened last year? Where you're like, well, wait a minute, I can understand one, but back-to-back runs?
Yeah. Well, and there was the 3rd and 1 where everyone was like, why aren't you running the ball? And surprisingly, it was Bowman who noticed that they had an extra man on the field and just threw the pass real quick to get the penalty.
Well, Matt Wells really complimented Bowman, what he saw during that game Saturday. Also the communication going back to the bench, back to Yost, back to Wells and the offensive staff. And Matt Wells talked yesterday about how he was so pleased with what Bowman saw and how he could tell him what he was seeing in order to get them in the right places. Armand Shine was at the media presser yesterday. Where were you?
Sleep.
And it turns out his toughest run of the day was not the 69-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, it was before the game even started. He apparently doesn't play local youth soccer because youth soccer around here, you run through smoke. He had never run through the smoke, but if you run through it, you got that little chill, you know, I get it, but he's afraid of the smoke. He got over that fear.
It's colder than you think, though.
It definitely is. Yeah, but he did okay afterwards.
Yeah, a little bit more about the presser, then we'll talk a little bit about UTEP. But Matt Wells doesn't want us to, but we will talk a little bit about UTEP. Most interesting moment or best takeaway as we get used to Wells speak?
Well, I think not the most interesting, but something that's become very clear. A lot of coaches don't like talking about injuries. Matt Wells, if he's going to talk about it, he's going to tell you it's a season-ending injury. Other than that, everybody's day to day.
And we don't talk about who's day to day.
Yeah, you can't.
So don't ask about Terrence Steele, TV boy.
Yeah, a lot of people out there. It wasn't me.
I know.
But yeah, a lot of people out there want to know what's up with Terrence Steele. So do we.
Yep.
We would like to know as well. So I'm on the sideline, looked good in the polo and the sunglasses. Okay. He didn't have any braces on or anything like that. I know it's an upper body injury, but there's a lot of concussion, shoulder. I don't know what. We don't know what it is.
How we do anything is how we do everything. And Don Williams was asking a question about people wondering, Bowman in the game in the fourth quarter, and and Don, bless his heart, said, with the game in hand, and Wells, no, game was not in hand.
Yeah.
Could have been a 2-score game. They could have got an onside kick. The last guy off the bench could have ran out there and tackled Bowman. Game was not in hand. That's why he was out there. I loved it.
Well, but to defend him, I mean, he did give his reason. It could be a 2-score game. And saying all of that, he's allowed to sit there and think about that stuff because he's not calling the plays on anything. Yep. And that's the one thing, the weird thing that I noticed. Okay, whenever you're looking at a coach on the sidelines, somebody's always wearing different clothing. Keith Patterson wearing a black pullover so you could see him. If you looked at the sideline and you looked at not necessarily a ball boy, but somebody on that coaching staff, you couldn't tell which one was Matt Wells. So he's not directly impacting each play. He's letting the offense and the defensive coordinator doing stuff. So that lets him do game management stuff and allows him to think about stuff like that on the sidelines. Stuff we haven't seen in a while.
All right, UTEP coming up. They're horrible. How bad are they?
I mean, you give up over 400 yards and 34 points to probably one of the worst teams out of the 256 Division I teams in college football, FBS and FCS. I don't know. I mean, I guess their one bright spot is Hughes out of the backfield. I think they have like 140-something yards.
Just hammered him the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, and that's going to be obviously their offense is just hammer this guy up the middle. But, UTEP is not good. If you're going by what happened against Montana State, Tech should have an ease of a time. I mean, I know obviously anything can happen, but I'm going to go back to, 14 years ago, that 2005 game that opened up the season against UTEP, and Tech scored 80, I think, in that game. And then we all started asking, can they do 100 against Indiana State next week? Yeah. I think we're thinking about this again. How high can Tech go?
Matt Wilson didn't want to talk about it too much, but he did talk. He knows the staff. Yeah. And we know the blueprint that they're looking at with Dana Dimel.
Yeah, it's a Kansas State offense. You're going to see exactly what you see from Manhattan, just a poor man's version, a very poor man's version at this point. Yeah, completely broke, yeah. So it's not like it's going to be anything flashy, and they're going to try to run the football the whole time. That might be the only thing that slows down a lot of points.
Because you know they're going to do it, so you might be able to sit there and pound 7, 8 in the box at a time and do what you can.
We got a lot more coming up for you guys here on the site as the week goes on. TheRaiderland.com. I want to thank the great people here at Walk-Ons for being a part of Walk-Ons Wednesday with us. For David Collier, for Travis Cram, I'm Ryan Hyatt. We'll see you soon in Raiderland.